Welcome student friends to lecture number 2 for this chapter number 2, performance of atom bomb. So in previous lecture we had discussed about the resistance to vehicle motion, namely air resistance and rolling resistance, as well as we discussed about the power for propulsion of the atom bomb. Now in today's lecture we are going to discuss the next resistance which is going to be occur on the road surface to the vehicle motion is gradient resistance. So here we will see the grade resistance. So what is the grade resistance? So the grade resistance is the component of the vehicle. The grade resistance is the component of the vehicle parallel to the gradient or slope on which it moves is termed as a grade resistance. If you see in this case, it is shown that the vehicle in the term of this block which is moving on this slope surface, on this steep gradient. So the grade resistance is nothing but the component of the weight of the vehicle. So the component of the weight of the vehicle in this figure, it is a W sin theta, which is a horizontal component of the weight of the vehicle. W cos theta, which is a vertical component of the weight of the vehicle. W is the weight of the vehicle. So as per the definition, grade resistance is the component of the weight of the vehicle which is parallel to the slope. So in this case, there are two components of the weight of the vehicle. One that is a horizontal, W sin theta, other is a vertical, that is a W cos theta. So the W sin theta, which is the component of the vehicle which is parallel to the slope of the vehicle. So this W sin theta is termed as the grade resistance. So this grade resistance is mainly depends upon the slope of the grade. It mainly depends upon the steepness of the grade. If the gradient is expressed as 1 in 5, it means that for every 5 meter the vehicle moves, it is lifted by 1 meter. Getting? So if the vehicle is moving, the 5 meters moves, so during which it will be lifted by 1 meter. If the gradient is expressed in 1 in 5. If gradient is expressed as 1 in 7, it means that for every 7 meter of the vehicle moves, the vehicle is lifted by 1 meter. Hence, the grade resistance is expressed as Rg is equal to W sin theta, where W is equal to total weight of the vehicle in Newton and theta is the inclination of slope with the horizontal. Theta is the inclination of slope with the horizontal. It is here, it is shown. This is the inclination of this steep gradient with the horizontal. Getting? So again, the percentage grade is also, you can find percentage grade is equal to tan theta into 100, but for small values of theta, tan theta is similar to the sin theta. Meaning, also from the figure, you can get the value of this sin theta. You can get the value of sin theta. So as we know that here, this is the angle of inclination of this slope with the horizontal. So sin theta is equal to front side divided by hypotenuse. So here front side, suppose it is lifted by 1 meter, and suppose this hypotenuse means vehicle moves to the x meter. So it means 1 upon x. If you consider this example, if gradient is expressed as 1 in 5, means it is a 1 by 5. It is 1 by 5. So next, the road performance curves. Next, that is the road performance curve. So which are the different parameters for the road performance? So different that parameters are acceleration, gradability, drawbar pull. So as we know that the passenger car performance is based on acceleration, ability to go up slope, nothing but a gradability, top speed, fuel economy, noise level, durability, as well as drawbar pull. How much excess weight that vehicle is going to be pulled. That is nothing but a drawbar. So these are number of that parameters are there. So the transmission gearing is designed to provide maximum acceleration. From where we are getting the maximum acceleration, that is through the transmission gearing at low speed by holding the driving wheel torque output at the point of impending wheel spin. So as wheel spin occurs, the acceleration decreases from the maximum. Also the gear is designed for maximum fuel economy when the engine is developing 80% of its maximum torque as the automobile is moving at constant speed. So this gives 20% additional torque for acceleration. The power required to drive an automobile increases as the cube of the speed. Okay. So in the next slide we will discuss that for which speed how much power is required, how much speed is to be required. That is again mentioned in this sketch. So it is a road speed which is in kilometer per hour versus the power. So for first gear with full throttle, if you observe the sketch, the road speed is a less. Road speed is a less. Power available is also more. For second gear again, there is a more speed and power that is somewhat reduced. For third, for top gear, that will be again the same scenario will be occurs, that it will increase the speed, reduces the torque, it will again reduces the power available to get the extra or excess work. So in this manner, there is a different performance parameters for the power. Now let's see the first performance, road performance, that is acceleration. So as we know that when vehicle is accelerated, its rotating parts also accelerated, and it will be depending upon their moment of inertia. It will depend upon the moment of inertia of that particular rotating parts and the gear ratio in the driveline. As we know that in the vehicle there are so many rotating parts are there. As in engine there is a crankshaft is there. Along with the crankshaft, flywheel is there. With the flywheel again clutch plate is there. Again through the clutch plate it goes to the gearbox, means different gears are there. From the gearbox it goes to the propeller shaft. From the propeller shaft to the differential gearing. From the differential gearing to the axle and to the wheels. So there are number of these rotating parts are there, and whatever the moment of inertia of that particular part on which the acceleration will depends. So due to this, weight of the vehicle is increased from W to WE is known as effective weight or equivalent weight. So this increased weight, effective weight WE is called effective weight or equivalent weight of the vehicle. So when the surplus power, that is surplus tractive effort, is fully utilized to acceleration, then, so surplus power means when excess power is available, and when this excess power is fully utilized to the acceleration, then surplus power or excess power is equal to effective weight into acceleration is equal to V upon 3600 kilowatt. So rearranging the term, maximum acceleration F is equal to 1 upon effective weight into surplus power into 3600 divided by V. Divided by V. So is equal to 1 upon effective weight. Surplus power means it is a difference between the engine power minus required engine power. Whatever the engine power is there minus whatever the required power is there. Into NT means here we are going to consider the transmission losses. NT is a transmission efficiency which is going to consider the transmission losses. So again rearranging the 1 upon WE multiply by this transmission efficiency into the bracket PE into NT minus PV. into 3600 divided by V. So is equal to 1 upon WE PE into NT into 3600 divided by V is a tractive effort minus PV into 3600 divided by V is a road resistance, as we have discussed in the lecture number 1 only. PV into 3600 by V is a road resistance. Getting? So here is equal to 1 upon effective weight into bracket F minus R. It will give the acceleration. Maximum acceleration value is given through this formula, 1 upon WE into bracket F minus R. So this formula we need during the numericals. As maximum acceleration F is equal to 1 upon WE into bracket F minus R. So next, that is the grade ability. That is again the road performance. That is a parameter. So the grade ability is the maximum percentage grade which a vehicle can negotiate with full rated condition is known as a grade ability. Getting? So as we know that grade ability means whatever the excess power is available, that excess power is to be utilized to overcome the stiffness gradient, to overcome the slope. Getting? To overcome this gradient resistance, this excess power or surplus power is used. That is nothing but a grade ability. If excess power or surplus power is not available, then it is very much difficult for your vehicle which will negotiate this gradient resistance, to overcome this gradient resistance, to go along with this steep gradient surface or slope road surface. Getting? So surplus power is equal to W into grade ability into V divided by 100 into 3600. So this surplus power is utilized to overcome the gradient resistance. So therefore grade ability is equal to again 100 divided by W. Only rearranging the terms. Grade ability equals 100 divided by W. Surplus power, that is same in that previous acceleration article we studied. Surplus power means the difference between the available engine power minus required engine power. So P into this transmission efficiency means considering the transmission losses minus PV into 3600 by V. So P into NT into 3600 divided by V is the tractive effort, and PV into 3600 divided by V is the road resistance. So is equal to 100 by W into bracket F minus R, tractive effort minus total road resistance. Getting? Total road resistance. Next, we see the drawbar pull. So when excess power is fully utilized for pulling extra load attached to the vehicle, when the excess power is fully utilized for pulling extra load attached to the vehicle, then maximum drawbar pull is equal to tractive effort minus road resistance. So when excess power is available, and then only we can pull the extra load attached to your vehicle. So this maximum drawbar pull is given by tractive effort minus road resistance, F minus R. So in this case, the road resistance is going to consider as a combination of rolling resistance and air resistance. It is not going to consider the gradient resistance. So simply the pulling force which is utilized to propel the vehicle is known as drawbar pull. Pulling force which is going to utilize to propel the vehicle is known as drawbar pull. Okay, thank you. Next lecture we will see the next part.